Round 1.
All right, round 1 in the anime that we are currently watching. I guess we all gonna take a taste of this at the same time.
Okay.
Because we only have one anime this week. We are going to review Windbreaker season 1. What the hell is this?
I don't know. I thought maybe it was a white chocolate, but it might be like a caramel or something. I don't know.
It doesn't smell bad.
No, it smells sweet.
You might have got a good one, bro.
You didn't get the tree bark.
For real.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
I'll go.
What is it? Sweet.
Yeah, it's sweet. I don't know what it is. It's good though.
Yeah, I can't tell. Oh, you know what it kind of tastes like? Is it hazelnut?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. What you think? It's good?
It's good. It's real good.
It's good.
See, since I don't eat sweet that often, yeah, it is real good.
Yeah. All right.
Unbiased Anne.
You got a quick synopsis on what Windbreaker is supposed to be about?
So that is really good.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
cannot tell what that is. I don't know if it's hazelnut, but
It's got a little honey.
it's really good. Anyway, so high level, Windbreaker follows this kid. I know it's Sakura. I get the vowels mixed up with Japanese names all the time. He basically left, I guess wherever he was from, got kicked out of school, and he came specifically to what's it called? I wrote Furin High School because I guess it's known for fighting, and he's got like this goal. He wants to be the best, biggest, whatever fighter at the school. So it kind of shows him just like coming into town, meeting everybody, making some friends, meeting the group. What's it called? Bofurin. That's like the group of fighters at school, right? It's kind of like a club. I don't know. But anyway, so it just shows him kind of getting into the school, trying to find his place, figuring out this group. You know, they meet some, I don't want to spoil anything. They meet another group, I guess.
Oh, well, you're getting too deep into it.
Okay.
So he's coming to the school. He wants to be the head. He wants to be the top
That's
dog at the
basically
school.
it. Yeah.
Okay. This at the end of the day, this anime really, really disappointed me.
Nuh-uh.
This anime let me all the way to F down.
Why?
I mean, it's when I say it started off so damn good, like really, really, really good.
Okay.
I thought this was going to be the standard. Once we got to like 4 and 5 episodes in, 6 episodes in, I thought this was going to be the standard all the way through.
Okay.
Right? The fighting, the growth of Sakura, right? And all of these different things. The last 4 episodes or so, maybe even 5, yo, you could have just let them shits out. You could have left them out. Like it was I was ready to turn it off. I was ready to turn the shit off. Like I was just so disappointed at the second half of the show.
The only thing I didn't like about it is I my chief complaint about Dragon Ball Z
DBZ
is that we spend so many episodes fighting. And I started to get a little like, okay, what are we doing here? Is this going to be the bulk of the show? Just fighting? But I felt like we started jumping into like some backstories and it started being more than just about the fight.
Right. But I did want to ask you about the fighting, the very specific question of this fighting is top tier fighting.
Yeah.
This is excellent choreography and cinematography and animation when it comes to fighting, because you can see every push, every punch, every kick, they were doing dirty grappling stuff. They were doing parries. You can see every bit of it. So did that make it better for you than the Dragon Ball Z fights where you can't see anything ever?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely noticed. I didn't love this anime, but I did notice it seemed like it had really good animation, really good graphics, a lot of detail, like you said, in the fighting. and a lot of great music. But anyway, but to answer your question, yeah, I think I did.
But it's still not enough to make you care about people fighting.
No, I'm hoping if there is a season 2.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be season 2. It's already been announced.
That this is going to start getting into some backstories or something else, because I don't want to keep watching people fight. As good as it was, I don't want to keep watching people fight.
Oh,
so I liked it a lot. And even those last couple episodes, I felt like there were more growth, because episode 1, you come to a town, people just start fighting in the street and yelling, and you think you about to get in it too. But in reality, y'all kind of on the same side. They are from your school.
Yep.
You just don't know what's going on at that school for that to happen. And so, and his awkwardness about people actually caring for him or being friends with him. You know, you got that in the first when she was like, "Hey, are you going to eat?" He was like, wait a minute. You doing something for me? You actually giving me something?" And so I liked that aspect of it. Now, like what he said in the fighting, yes, the choreography was good. And they had like,
excellent,
5 to 6 different styles.
Yeah, or more, but yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't like we all doing the same thing. You had grapplers, you had taekwondo, you had, disarmers. It was really good. Now, there was doing that scene when the leader, and I won't say as much, but the leader basically went and smashed the other two dudes up.
No, we can spoil.
Oh, second in command went in because they still had a code. He had a code, and his code was, if we're gonna do stuff, we're gonna do it the right way. And now I'm gonna take your jacket. So I like that aspect of it, and talking to you through. I know you say you don't like all the fighting, but they even said this is our way of communication. So this battle we're about to have is our way of communicating, so we can have an understanding of each other.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely interesting, the whole aspect. Like, we're gonna go to this Ori or whatever they called it. Like it's like a stage. And
right.
Everybody's gonna sit there and just watch you fight. Like, it's kind of crazy, but
they chose it. Was it 6? They chose 6. Each team chose 6.
Was it 6? No, it wasn't 6. It was
5.
Was it 5? 5 fights.
Okay.
At the arena, Ori Arena.
Okay.
Yeah.
School.
Yeah. And so each one of them fought. They had their backstories. Each one of them had their backstories with that person. Or most of them. The dude with the long hair, I don't remember his name. He didn't have a backstory.
No.
But he's a brute.
But I mean, the fight also only lasted 2 minutes. So
he's the brute. So I like, and there's a lot of countering, like you said. So I liked it, but I liked the other one because at the end of, pat on the head, pressing down on the nugget. At the end of that, when he said, "I want to be the number one," he kind of got a feel for it's more, as you say, than just fighting to be number one. And so they kind of started down that path. And then when they went into his general election, then of course they brought out some other characters, and then they went looking for the cat. So yeah. I think that there was growth. I mean, maybe it's small because it's about a cat, but it was leading to something.
Well, I'm fine with the growth. But the way they did the growth was too on the nose. Like when something happened and they specifically referenced it to something that was already said to him, a lesson that someone had already verbally told him, but now he's physically going through it. They would go back and show that scene. Like the last fight between Umemiya and the little short dude. They went back and showed the lessons that he learned from that fight like 10 times. It's like, we get it. Like, we get it. And then Togame had to apologize and cry 4 and 5 times to him about how he let him down in that situation because he didn't stand up to him, right? And make it be the right way. He just let him basically. And at the end of the day, I don't really even feel like they touched on what they should have touched on. Like, I feel like he was going through Tomiyama. He was in a bad deep state of depression, and they never even really they never really even addressed that from that standpoint. And I really wish they would have just taken that next step and just used that as a moment to connect with the real audience. So they didn't do that.
Oh, connect with the audience. I won't say real audience, but connect with the audience. There's a lot of machismo in here. It's a lot, like what you say, and especially with the main character, because even when they try to pull it out of him, it's always that pullback.
But see, I feel like this is less machismo, because unless you're looking at machismo as like front and fake, because they show a lot of male emotion in this.
He doesn't.
Yes, he does. All his blushing and all his I'm gonna pretend like I don't notice that you're doing this,
right?
And
but still emotion. It's the facial emotion, but there's always that pullback. What do you mean? Let me be.
But it's still emotion. Like it's I'm blushing, and that's telling the audience like, no, this means something to him deeper, right? But
when they explain it, it doesn't. But then it doesn't give off that.
But then he reacts with anger and rage. That's still emotion. So it's all the whole range gambit of emotions for a lot of these characters.
Yeah, I'm tough, and that's really his character. But it's starting to kind of wane towards the end.
But the whole point of the show is, yeah, I'm tough, but you clearly recognize that no, y'all really aren't. You might be strong and skillful, but I'm not some tough badass that I appear to be. Like, that's the whole point of the show as far as the beginning, early stages. Like, you think these are some rough, crazy dudes that are probably doing bad things, and no, they're saving cats out of trees, right?
And protecting the
community.
In the beginning, it's protecting community. Towards the end, it becomes the cats.
Well, I'm just saying, just in general, like, this is what you do. You go, I'm painting the graffiti. I'm saving the cats. I'm saving people from local thugs. I'm cleaning up the streets. Like, that's not what you would expect if you just see them on the surface. So I feel like it's less of the machismo thing.
Yeah, and I feel like, yeah, like now again, all of them, or what to do with. He was the ladies' man. He was like, "Hey, come eat with me" or whatever. And
that was kind of cringy to me. I didn't know what was going on. That was a cringy, because she didn't seem like she wanted to be around him either.
Yeah,
she wasn't comfortable around him either. So that's what was weird.
But when it comes, I think she was awkward. It was awkward because of how it came to be. Not so much awkward of him, but based upon her situation that she was somewhere she didn't want to be either. Mm-hmm. And the dude was trying, and he came over there and basically just kind of swept her away. It's like more like, wait, what's going on? And then once it came out that, hey, this dude was trying to do blah blah blah, then they all kind of acted together in unison. Mm-hmm. Now the dude was still, his fighting style was more like sway and let the punch go over here, and I may wind up getting hit because of it. But I liked that part. The fighting was good to me.
Yeah,
I wasn't berserk, of course, but it was. I like the different styles. I like martial arts, so when you give me more than one, and to see how they fight against each other with, said teaching, I actually liked it.
Well, I'm glad you said teaching, because that's the other thing that's weird about this show. It's about kids being in school, in high school, but
you don't really see any of that.
You don't see no teachers. There's no. So I'm curious to see, well, how do you get to the next grade level? And does
season 2?
Well,
I'm pretty sure they'll say more about this.
But you're speaking because we don't see any school.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, you're just in a school.
You're in a school,
but it's all beat up, tore down. There's no teachers. There's no books. So it's just like, is it really about kids in school? I'm just waiting to see if they're going to make this make sense, or if they're going to make this, if they're going to normalize this, or what's going to happen next with that piece of it. Because they definitely have the different grades in school, because that's what you see at the end.
They talk about,
and you meet all the other leaders of the other classes,
of the grade classes,
year 2, year 3, right? And so it's like, how do you graduate? And I'm assuming that's because it's no secret. They tell you right in the beginning that Sakura ends up being the leader of the school. They tell you that in the beginning. That's the other thing that's weird about this anime. So it's literally all about how he got to be the head of the school. And I'm just hoping that I hope it goes beyond that.
So they did that in another anime though. The beginning is the end.
My Hero.
My Hero.
Right. And then they're showing everything you're showing you is like what happened.
What to lead up.
Because I'm still waiting for, and I know I can probably find this out because all anime is based off manga, and I could probably go read the manga and figure it out. However, I'm still waiting on the school-based anime that follows more than one main character. And I feel like the characters in here are so strong that they could do that. Like, so for example, I doubt that he gets to be top dog by fighting Umeme. That's what he called him, right? So that's what sticks in my head. I doubt he becomes the main character, the top dog, by fighting him. I'm just assuming that he goes off to college or something, and as Sakura is still. But my thing is, follow him to college. Then that can be a whole different. That can be a whole separate show. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm still waiting on that type of school thing where we can branch off and start following other people's paths if they go to another school or something like that.
We just finished season 1. We still have more to.
I really hope though that they, for me personally, because I kind of get tired of the fighting, but I hope they start delving into more personal stories and situations, and
I don't, because when they did on here, I did not necessarily. Okay, yes, I like the backstories, but when they started getting to the actual personal growth of the characters, I did not enjoy those parts of the show.
Yeah,
I did not enjoy it. I accepted it as a thing that has to happen, right? Because I've seen this 15 million times. It's I don't want to say it's your average shonen, because it's better than your average shonen, but it's just a shonen, right? So that's what they do. But oh man, all that rehashing and recapping and this, I learned this, and it was too on the nose. Like, I should be able to do some inferring, like, okay, he learned that from over here. But no, they're just like, hey, he learned that right here by drinking this Red Bull. See, in season 1, episode 3, when he talked to Kotaha. Right? And it's just like, now we're going to play you that whole thing over so you really get it. And I'm just like, oh my God, like this just happened like earlier in that same episode. I'm like, why are you showing me this shit again? Like, oh my damn. Like, no, we're not doing this. And they did that. They did the shit for like 4 episodes. So anybody out there, I don't never tell anybody to skip nothing. But after the fight between what's his face, Umeme, and the little short dude, you can skip right and just watch the last episode. You don't got to watch none of that shit in between, because that shit was trash. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't feel the same way. Because it introduced other characters, and so if you say you want character introduction or you want some more,
they weren't in that last episode.
What, the characters?
Mm-hmm.
Not really. Not to the point where they were, the class, the expanding of the class. I guess the class rep. Mm-hmm. So that's what he was doing. Yeah. So I think that it needed to be done and said. And then
it's just going to be the people that end up following him. He's building his core group of people that will probably follow him into most of the battles that he's going to be in. People in his grade. Right, year 1 students. These other year 1 students, they've been showing you them the whole time, but they just didn't get properly introduced. Now they introduced them, and now they're gonna go off doing their own thing as the year 1 students, right? So that's who they are. Will they be main characters? I don't know. Or you just the guys in the background that every now and then you do your special attack and blah blah blah? Maybe.
Well, we'll see. I'm interested to see where they're gonna take this.
Still let me down.
When had they said when it's going to come out, or no?
I think early next year, maybe.
Oh,
I don't know though.
Okay, I didn't know if there was something coming out pretty soon.
But the first 9 episodes, probably some of the best anime I've seen in a long time. Like, it was really good, really, really, really good, and then it just kind of fell off a cliff. Terence, would you recommend this to?
Oh yeah,
of course he would. Yeah.
So I would.
What type of people are you recommending this to?
People who like action. People who like straightforward. Because I believe in the first part of this, everything was straightforward. There wasn't no plot twist. There wasn't anything like that. This was okay.
They're telling
put your
you
knuckles
this
up.
is, yeah.
We about to make this happen. And then if in the meantime, in between time while we're fighting, I'll give you some of our history between the two people, or if there was or if there wasn't. And I like that. I did. I like that a lot. And then when, even when, and so I think 6, when he was like, "You're fighting me, but you're not giving me everything."
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Okay, I got you."
Like you don't even know why you're fighting,
Right.
kind of
Let
thing.
me kick my shoes off.
I mean, to me, the Sakura and Togame fight was like, that's probably one of the best fights I've seen in 15 years.
Yeah.
To me. Yet it still, like I said, still fell off. Still disappointed me.
Yeah. Well,
what you think? You recommending this to? Who you recommending this to?
No, I wouldn't recommend it. I don't know anybody that watches anime except you guys.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If they
No,
watch
I would
anime or
not. No. This is not. If somebody has never watched anime, I'm not going to have them start off with this.
No. What if they like I like kung fu movies. They're like, Shang-Chi is my favorite movie.
Well, maybe. Yeah.
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 Well, I've already been recommending this to people. So
Right.
when I was at the convention, now to be fair, I had not finished it. Again, I had just assumed that it was going to stay the course, and then it didn't. So they made me look stupid.
And everybody that I've told,
with their crying and their blushing and their man crushes.
Everyone you told what?
everyone that I've told, I said it's a lot of action.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. Even when they're saving the cat, I mean, there was action. It's been action. Even when at the end when he was making a new friend who was wanting to save his old friend, there was action.
Yeah.
So the action portion has not left since day one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what it is, either be fighting or jumping down a bridge or whatever the situation, there's always been some kind of movement. So, and it's always been moving forward. I will say that. This has been moving forward. Even like at the end, when you see everybody walking down the stairs together, everything is moving forward. So I enjoyed it. I don't think there's a perfect anime. You can always pick and pull what you don't like.
Well, this one ain't close.
But in the beginning, this one was nice, man.
Yeah, in the beginning. Nice. Yeah, but in the beginning,
I don't think it was nice enough to where if you give, so prime example about anime. If I give you 12 episodes, right? And I give you 8 to 9 good episodes, and somewhere along in the line, and I'm not going to say, because this is, he said the last ones let him down. I just think they were there. I don't really think that they were like,
they were a waste. They were not. I would think they were a waste of time.
I think that when at the end, when a old girl met with him and was like, "Hey, this is my best friend, and he's going through, but he goes to school with you guys, and he's going through some going through." It was trying to start a story, another story.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way to put it. When you start a new anime and those first 2 or 3 episodes kind of slow because it's character introductions and all of that story, plot development, and all that kind of good stuff. They did that at the end. It seems like for season 2.
Oh,
and that's what's strange about the whole setup here. So when I'm looking at 13 episodes, you did character and plot development in the first 2 or 3 episodes in the beginning and at the end. So you really shorted me some. You had 13 episodes and you had 6 episodes that were character introductions and character and plot development. So you really only had 7 episodes of like
story
getting down to, what we need to be getting down to. So and I expected in the beginning. I did not expect it at the end, and that's where it let me down. So
I'll say 7. 7 was when they broke bread. They went up on the roof and broke bread, because that was pretty much the end when he told dude, you can't fight me because you're not fighting.
Well, that was like 9.
Was it 9?
9 or 10.
So
yeah.
9 or 10 when they went and broke bread, right?
But that's what I'm saying. 7 plus the 3 in the beginning that gets you to 10.
Okay.
So that would be like a natural ending.
It almost seemed like that was the end of that arc.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure. Because I was like trying to figure out what they were going to do.
And maybe that was, who knows? Maybe they had more time in more episodes than they just
kept drawing.
They finished up early. We say they finished up early because it seemed like that was a cutoff after they broke bread, and then he went back to school. And when he went back to school, then that's when they met the new people. He met the 3 new people.
Maybe that's what they were trying to do, is like they were trying to, they did the 10 episodes and then they reserved the last 3 to kind of start slowly transitioning into the next season.
I mean, it's definitely different.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I didn't enjoy it. Now, for someone who didn't like the fighting necessarily, you didn't get a whole lot of fighting those last 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Did you like those last 4 episodes?
Yeah, I mean, they were okay. I didn't love them,
but you like humor.
Yeah. I
think there were more it was more humor in those last couple of episodes.
No, I feel like it was more male bonding emotion.
I was glad to be done with the fighting. So I was kind of welcoming like what's going to be next. But no, I didn't love the last 4 episodes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't love this I mean, I didn't really love this anime. I liked it. It was, you know, but I really liked I appreciated the quality of it.
Yeah, it was high quality, and the humor that was in it. I don't necessarily think there was a lot of humor in those last few episodes, but I feel like there was more humor earlier on. It was funny. It was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it had in the beginning. Those, let's say the first 10 episodes, they had the perfect mix of seriousness, drama, humor, and action. It was action heavy, but it's a shonen, so that's kind of
fight somebody. You know, that in itself is So
yeah,
I mean, like I said, I enjoyed it. I don't believe that there's a perfect anime. We have tons of anime out here, and I don't believe I don't believe that I've watched one through what it is. There are episodes that are better than others, and there's usually an episode or two that's So I'm okay with it. But if this was how you said, the up to high to come back to start over and start in mid form, maybe that's their style.
I'm expecting season 2, episode 1 to just get right into it. So right where they left off, I don't want to see no recap. I don't want to see no rehashing. At the end of this,
everybody got to give you a recap.
At the end of this season, they were on their way to go whip some ass.
They can start off with on last season.
No, they were on their way to go whip some ass. So however they do it.
Do they do recaps in these in Windbreaker a lot?
Yeah, like damn near every episode had some kind of flashback to something that already.
No, I don't
happened.
mean flashback. I mean, like, you know, when an anime starts, usually they'll do like a recap.
Oh yeah. No, it started to do that more as the
right. In the beginning they didn't.
In the beginnings they didn't, but it started to. Like, it would start off with the same. It would come from break and start off with the same thing that it ended before you went to break. It would start off the next episode the same way it ended the last episode. So season 2, episode 1, they're going over to that other territory with the blue and white people, and they're going to whip ass. And if it's a tournament or however they're going to handle the beef, it needs to be already there and being established within the first 5 minutes, or I'm gonna be pissed.
So
I'm gonna be pissed.
I don't know how long this anime will go on, because
shit.
How many gangs are you gonna have? We've seen 3 so far.
Yeah.
Here's the orange, and then we have the blue and white, which is like they look more techie.
Well, I mean, I feel like now that you done made friends with the Shistoran,
right
now that leads up to maybe a bigger Avengers Assemble moment for some other big scary group over here. You know, the black and gold team. You know, whatever. So anyway, y'all better get to it, or I'm turning shit off. Y'all ready for round 2?
Yes.